we are here at this time, and we bid you greetings, and thank you very much for the opportunity of this interaction today. I am Adronis of Sirius, sending love, appreciation, and gratitude to all who are tuning in to this transmission through your internet collective consciousness. Now, a short time, as you would say, back at the beginning of your year of 2020, the year of exposure, we came through this channel and we shared information as it relates to the levels of contact. And what this entailed is that there was indeed a window of opportunity for many of you. And that through the working together of your chakra centers or radio stations, tuning the radio dials, that you would be able to connect with each chakra center, and that those who are connecting, many of you, may have received one or two or perhaps a multitude of different messages through the idea of these energetic portals. And we can see that many of you have received this call. And that as we are performing this interaction now, we can certainly see much more of a dynamic of energy radiating through this channel and through those of you that are connecting here and now, in this very moment, through this interaction. We are informing you that this particular window is now subsiding, where its greatest strength was coming forward in the times of January and into the times of late February. So as this window of energy is subsiding, is moving itself into a leveling out period, we want to thank each and every one of you for the idea of you working together and therefore shifting your energies through following the instructions that you are giving yourselves. Now, this is not to say that there will not be other windows of opportunities to come within your 2020 year, but this was the strongest, the largest, the most expansive of those windows. If you notice that through the months of January and February that you have gone through remarkable change, or even shifts that bring you into a higher level of understanding, higher level of realization, a shift in your reality, a shift in your daily lives, then you have indeed moved through this window. We liken it to the three possibilities. Number one is that those who have received the previous transmission were able to connect to these chakra centers to which we have named, the 8 altogether, were able to receive the messages, and were able to make shifts appropriately to level themselves up, as you would say. Secondly, would be those who may be aware of the message, but may not have done the exercise to which we recommend, but nonetheless have also gone through some significant changes. Thirdly, those who have not heard this message, and those who have not really done anything, and the aspect of their shifts may vary. Nonetheless, this is what we are here to do. To help reach out to those, to help reach out to this planet, because you are family to us, and share this information. So Adronis, we may have gone through this higher level of contact. What is going to happen now? Well, what you are going to notice happening is, again, greater inner dialogues, greater inner connections. It's like a switchboard where you have these cords and you are plugging them into the ports. And you are shifting yourselves into different realities as you plug in these switches directly into the ports of the switchboard. And you are now going to feel an elevation of connection, because as we have stated, this is a prelude leading you further into the next density, into the next dimension. Yes. And some of you are already there. Some of you may not be. And what we always encourage is the ability to lighten your load as much as possible. And what that means is see the love within yourself. See the love that is within others, even if it may not appear at the surface. And the more that you lighten yourselves up, the more that you drop these proverbial heavy bags off yourselves, you will see a grander world. Because you are all moving through this incredible shift. Some of you shifting slowly and carefully. Some of you moving a little more quicker. Some of you moving substantially forward to it. But this is another prelude as well into connecting with family on deeper levels. As many of you may be aware, your family is not going to come down to the planet and just barge in and say, "Hey humans, here we are." They are going to communicate with you internally. They are going to work with you from inside, from within the being. Just as we are working from within this channel to bring you this information. So those of you who have shifted, who have worked with the levels of contact practice, you can continue to work with this. As we stated, that the window has now subsided, but it's not to say that you still cannot connect within and still make your own profound shifts, profound changes, receiving powerful inner messages that will help you to make this transition, to shift into realities that are much more lucid, much more vivid. And what we mean by that is that you require little effort from the mind to bring forward what you wish, which means many of you are moving into a higher path. As this channel says, is that you're moving into summit level manifestation. And that's the idea. That there are actually many more people upon your planet right now that are making contact with their star family than there has ever been in your collective history on your planet. This is indeed true. You have those within the hundreds of thousands, perhaps even higher than that are making contact with other beings, connecting with their star family, realizing that they are opening themselves up to these levels of contact, and they are shifting in their lives appropriately so that greater forms of contact can be a possibility from what you term as some type of physical contact, some type of physical orientation between yourself and your star family. But it even goes into the idea of what you would know as the masters. For you can connect into these higher dimensions. You can go into the higher astral planes or the higher causal planes and connect with these great masters that once existed upon your planet and have always been with all of you. That the idea of the earth is indeed a plateau, a domain that they shall always be a part of, because they are part of the spirit of the earth, just as all of you are. The earth will always hold a very deep spirit connection to yourselves, whether alive on this planet or whether you transition. Because those who do come here, those who do decide to live a life here, and therefore transition, have the opportunity to see the grandest aspects of themselves by being here on the earth. That is what the earth presents you with. That is what being a human being presents you with. The greatest contrast. Looking at yourself in the deepest ways possible. That's why many souls come here. So we are letting you know that there will be more windows of opportunity, and that those of you who are willing to work within yourselves shall continue to receive these transmissions through your own, as you would say, inner sources, helping you to uplift yourself, to move yourself further. We would estimate that the next, shall we say, window of opportunity for this shift will come more closer to the time of your late spring, early summer, around the times of May or June, and lasting up until the times of late August and early September. This is again another, as you would say, boost. Not as powerful as the one that you've just experienced, but one in that sense that does provide a strong boost, a strong transmission, a strong receptivity for you to connect together, just as we have described in the previous transmission, relating to the radio stations, the radio dials of your chakra centers. So continue to work with this. Continue to connect with those powerful inner sources that exist within you. For again, you are moving into greater vividness of reality, greater depth perception. You see past the old agendas. You see past the surface, and you are shifting further to come into the core of what reality represents. And that is joy. That is love. That is happiness. That is peace. That is gracefulness. And this is where we share ourselves with all of you. You again may ask the question, Adronis, when will indeed the ability for us to connect with our star families on a much more deeper physical level happen? Well, you are being, in that sense, in the prelude right now. This is the prelude for that to happen. And with more of you continuing to work with the star family, and you are working with them in love and happiness and joy, for they are with you as well, in that context, you are shifting away from everything that represents a control agenda, for everything that represents the shadows, the fear, whether it be pertaining to other human beings or other beings from other dimensions, other star systems in that sense. You're shifting away from them. Because when you're caught up in that web, you're not really going to have the capability to contact and connect and become deeply involved with your star family in that essence of love, because you're too caught up in the state of fear. You're in that spider's web. So you shake yourself loose and you fly free. And now you're flying to love, joy, happiness. And this is where you are therefore connecting with much of the star family, the ancient masters, your own connection to God. It is through that means. So continue to work through the levels of contact. Continue to shift yourselves, even it is, yes, here and now, a subtle time relating to windows. It will open up again. Not as large, but it will open up to provide more of this boost. But do not wait until then. Be here and now. Work with those inner levels, inner sources of yourself, and move into these higher levels of contact. Thank you very much for checking out my channel. Below you'll see my links to social media, Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. You can also go to healingcodecards.com, pick up your own Healing Code Cards body deck, and of course check out my website at newearthteachings.com. Thank you once again, and I'll see you in the next video.